What's up, guys? Premy in the house, bringing you guys part 10 of our playthrough of Sonic Lost World for the PC. In the last part, we played the Knights DLC, and that was over a month ago, and this whole playthrough has been running for literally 2.5 months. Months. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make is, I'm sorry for dragging this playthrough out. It's going to be completed within the week. I've declared it. Anyway, in this part, we're going to be doing Supersonic gameplay. And initially, I was thinking of doing maybe a Supersonic playthrough, but then I realized that was long. So instead, what we are going to do is play one stage or one zone from every world. So that's basically 7 stages. And that's going to be the Supersonic playthrough in one video pretty much, because I don't want to do a full playthrough of this game again. At least not now, probably later in the future or something. And then after that, the next video is going to be a time attack video where I just get some S ranks and some stages, probably 1 per world again. And then after that, we'll do some missions in the final video. So that'll be part 12, I guess. And then we'll be going back to Sonic Adventure DX to finish that off. And then maybe another playthrough after that, I guess. But yeah, man, so we're going to start this off with Windy Hill Zone 1. But first, you know how we do, man. We're going to have to show off the close-up because that's what we do here. So let's get into this right now. We've got 85 rings. Woo! Look at that transformation, man. Look at that transformation. Look at that. He's got 2... I don't know why he's got 2 mouths though, honestly. But yep, we've got Supersonic here. Anyway, now that we've done all that, let's get into this, man. Normal play. Alright, man, Windy Hill Zone 1. Now, obviously, because it's not a speed run, we're gonna have to put some effort into actually, you know, getting rings and stuff. So I might not be going as fast as usual, you know, but that's what the time attack video is for, which is gonna be after this part, where we specifically focus on going fast and getting them S ranks, because you know the ladies love them S ranks, right? I'm joking, by the way, if you didn't realize that. Ladies don't love them S ranks, but they love them D ranks. Okay. Anyway, we're here right now, so I mean, it's pretty easy to get Supersonic in all these stages, though, to be honest. A few stages is a bit slower to get them, because some stages, well, most stages, just shower you with rings, like if you take the right route, like here. But the thing is, if you want to get a lot of rings, you usually have to take a more slow route, because the fast routes usually have less rings. Or generally, if you're speedrunning and spin dashing through everything, there's less rings. So you probably, you know, have to keep that in mind. But of course, since you can't use Supersonic and Time Attack, it's not really a big deal. Anyway, let's transform right now. Alright, so we are Supersonic right now. Let's go. Look at this. Shoot good. Oh, shoot good, man. Look at this. So, I mean, Supersonic, we know how Supersonic works, but I guess I could just give you the basics right now, or some of them, because the stage is almost over. But basically, Supersonic controls mostly similar to regular Sonic, but obviously he uses up rings. You can still parkour, you know, you could do all that great stuff. No, I don't want to finish right now, I want to keep talking. You can still parkour, you can still stomp or bounce, but instead of a spin dash, you've got a boost, which is kind of interesting. But you know, it's not too much different. Obviously the animations and everything, but he's got the yellow glow. He can boost. And yeah, man, I might get into more detail, but you know, there's so many stages to go through. But also, when you finish the stage, it goes back to regular Sonic, which is a bit annoying, because I like stages like in Generations, when if you end as Supersonic, it actually stays as Supersonic at the end. It's kind of cool. But anyway, so that was Windy Hill Zone 1. Now we're gonna go to our zone of the next world, which is, you know which stage I love, man. You know the stage. Desert Ruin Zone 1. Let's get into this normal play. Alright, so we're here. Now, usually you'd see me like spin dashing through this whole thing like it ain't no thing. But we need to get some rings right now. And plus we need to be careful, because there's enemies everywhere. And if you mess up, you're going to lose your rings. It's pretty hard to not lose your rings if you're speedrunning this stage, so I'm gonna have to be really careful. Look, these enemies are ready to pounce on your boy. You know. Seriously. Alright, so we're gonna go this way. How many rings have we got? The HUD has decided to, you know, disappear and whatnot, so Alright, let's jump here. Why am I freeing animals, man? I've completed the game. Okay, swerve. Jump here, and which way should we go? Nope, that way it's got cactuses, we'll lose our rings. So we're gonna go here, take the safe route. There we go. Did we get rings for that? No, we just get a 1-up. Yeah, so how many rings have we got? We should be close now, but let's see. Alright, make him dance. Make him dance. But man, I just love this stage so much. It's just so fun. I don't know. Hopefully we get enough rings right now because I really don't want to mess up. Okay, wait for it. Okay. Okay, there we go. We're good, we're good. Now let's transform. I really love the Desert Ruins music, and that's the thing. I don't know why Sega doesn't do this, but there should be options to like use the regular game music. Like, I don't want to have to listen to the Supersonic music all the time. It's not like we're listening to, you know, What I'm Made Of or something. Like, seriously. Like, I mean, that song never gets old, so. But, you know, this song, I mean, I like this Supersonic song, but if I just want to listen to the stage music, I can't do that because I'm Supersonic, and I feel like there should be some kind of option where you can turn that off, you know. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. But man, it feels weird to be taking this stage like slowly and whatnot. But anyway, so yeah, Supersonic is obviously faster than regular Sonic. I mean, but you already knew that. And obviously you got the boost, which kind of functions like the infinite spin dash basically, but obviously looks more like the boost from like Generations or Unleashed or something. So that's pretty cool as well. Of course, he's a bit more slippery, and you don't be surprised if you're trying to platform a Supersonic and you end up messing up and falling off or something. So you gotta be careful. Like, I find like some sections in this game are actually harder to play as Supersonic because of this. But most sections you shouldn't have a problem. But me personally, I tend not to play Supersonic much because, you know, I like time attack and whatnot, and you can't use Supersonic in time attack. And if you play the stage of the Supersonic too much, you get too used to being invincible in the stage. Look at that, I almost slipped off. You see that? You get too used to playing Supersonic in the stage. Look at that, I slipped off again. Basically, you shouldn't hold the run button before you start walking or running because it will literally just mess you up and you slip off. So I tend to try and, you know, not do that, but sometimes I forget. So, but yeah, because I like to try and go for like good times on time attack, I tend to avoid always using Supersonic, because once you get used to like the invincibility of using Supersonic in a stage, then it kind of messes up your skill when it comes to time attack. So it's kind of new to me. Like, unless I'm using like a mod that has a separate super form, I'm probably not going to be using Supersonic much. So it's good to have this video where I can just showcase Supersonic for you guys. But anyway, let's go here and let's try and end with Supersonic right now. Is this the final stretch? Because I've completely forgotten. Oh no, it is the final stretch. Okay, yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's shoot good that way to the end. And let's try and do that while still having some rings right now, because I think I'm running out. Okay, let's go here. I just love being invincible, man. Like, these annoying enemies that always kill you, they just can't touch me right now. Look, they can't touch me. Okay, I didn't touch him either, but still. Anyway. Nice. So we just completed Desert Ruins Zone 1 right now? God. Okay, so now that we've completed that, we finished Desert Ruins. So now we're going to move on to our zone for the third world, Tropical Coast. And we're going to go with Tropical Coast Zone 4. You could have used pretty much any of the other stages except for this stage because it's a rail stage. And it's pretty hard to be Supersonic in that stage. So we're going to go straight to Tropical Coast Zone 4. Normal play. Now, as I mentioned before, some stages put all the rings right in your face and you pretty much just have to go through the regular path and you'll get Supersonic or get enough rings. But with this stage, sometimes you got to take a little detour. Like, for example, I could have gone straight to the motorbugs over here and then just got, you know, gone past, but I wanted those rings there, so I had to kind of stay there and get those. So now what we're going to do here is use the rocket, and that kind of acts as a magnet, so we got those rings there. Now hopefully we don't lose our rings here, but I cannot make any promises because this area can be a bit annoying when it comes to that, to be honest. Okay, so we just finished destroying all those enemies, and as you can see, they rinsed my rings. My rings, you know. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this route over here, grab some rings using the rocket, and this route over here will allow us to grab rings as we go along, basically, because there's actually a shortcut that will let you like skip this area, but because I want to get all these rings and go super, I'm gonna do that right now. So let's go. But obviously, because of the way the game works, if you use a wisp, you lose your super, so it's kind of no point, but I guess I just wanted to show that happening. So you can use the balloon here and get some rings, so we're gonna do that instead of taking the quick way, because I mean, I guess the whole point is to have as many rings as possible right now. If it was time attack, it would be a different story. Now what we're gonna do is skydive our way to the front a bit, like that. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, grab the butterflies and then jump into the flower. Look, we got 190 rings. Nothing's gonna stop us right now. Okay, let's go super again. Nice. Anyway, now time for the highlight of this stage, which is the 2D section. Now usually I'm more of a 3D person when it comes to Sonic games. Like, I don't understand how people can say like their favorite Sonic game is like a 2D game. I don't know. I mean, I like the 2D games. I really enjoyed Sonic 2, even Sonic 1. But it's just like, to pick it as like my favorite Sonic game, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just not like that. Now, usually I'll just speedrun through this area, but I might just stay here and grab all these rings. Even though I'm probably gonna have enough rings for the whole stage anyway. I don't know. Let's just do that. But yeah, I don't know how people pick 2D Sonic games as like their favorite, and especially people that weren't like born in the 2D Sonic era. Like, my first Sonic game was SA2, and then a demo of SA1, which was just Emerald Coast. So I don't know. I played the classics afterwards, so maybe that's why I'm saying that. But it's just interesting to see people's thoughts on the matter. But the point I'm trying to make is that, all that being said, some of my favorite stages in this game are, you know, 2D stages, or stages with a lot of 2D in them. Wow, I just skipped the loop-de-loop. Oh well. Anyway, so here we are, Invincible, just demolishing these enemies, and I'm trying to go slow because I don't want to die, because then I'd have to get all my rings back again, and that'll be a pain. And I recently realized that if you hold the run button while platforming, it doesn't actually affect the distance of your jump. Like, I thought it did, because it kind of made sense. Like, when you play Mario games, holding the run button like increases the distance of your jumping, but it doesn't seem to do that in this game. Or maybe I'm wrong, because I've been debating on whether it does do that, and I don't think it does. So right now I've stopped doing that because it kind of makes me slip off when I'm using Supersonic. So, but I'm not going to bother with all those tens of rings there, because I've already got enough rings, as you can see. But it's just interesting to see how easy it is to get rings in these stages. Like, they just made it so easy. Like, I thought it would be like somewhat of a challenge, but you know, the stages are plastered with rings. I mean, look at this, man, seriously. But yeah, man, this is a fun stage to play with the Supersonic. You know, the most fun stage to play with the Supersonic are the ones that are spammed with like spikes and enemies, because you really feel the effect of the invincibility. You know, but with stages like Windy Hill Zone 1, it's just like, you know, either way it's still fine, you know. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you experience like a difference in like preferred stages when you're playing with Supersonic or not? Anyway, this boss is pretty simple, even without Supersonic. You just jump home, and then he's gonna hit you with the wisp. You use the rocket and aim. If I can only find this thing. And obviously you lose your Supersonic when you go into the rocket, so we gotta go back in. I like how they kept the boss music, you know, even though you're Supersonic and all that. I wish they'd also given us the option for the stages, but obviously I've already mentioned that. It's just kind of, it's interesting that they did it for the bosses and didn't give us the option for like the stages and whatnot. But you know, it's all good. It's all good. Wait, which one am I going to? I'm gonna take a dumb risk, aren't I? Nope, that was it. I think that was it. Yeah, it's the right place. There we go. Is he finished? No, one more. Bam! Take that, son! Whoa, what? Alright, that's Tropical Coast Zone 4 completed. That's Supersonic. Okay, so we are moving through this pretty fast right now. We're going to the 4th zone. So I'm actually going to be playing through Frozen Factory Zone 4. But first, I just want to quickly show off Supersonic in Snowball form because, I mean, it is different from regular Supersonic, so I felt like it would be worth showing. Now, the rings don't count until you hit a checkpoint, so we have to hit the first checkpoint to do that. But usually when you start off this stage, you wouldn't spend all your time getting all these rings, but if you want Supersonic, you're going to have to do it. So this is a thing I was mentioning before about sometimes you got to take the longer route to get enough rings. So let's see how many. 50 on the dot, so let's go right now. Look at that. So instead of a regular snowball, Supersonic gets all these, you know, glistening things or whatever, and then he's all yellow and gold. But he still has a regular spin dash, so he pretty much controls the same. But he is faster though. I can definitely say he's faster. So yeah, I mean, this is Supersonic in the snowball. It's actually cool that they added like little things like that. It's little bits of polish that they add that's just kind of cool. Like, you would think that, you know, something like that wouldn't work, like Supersonic in the snowball, but they decided to add that extra layer of polish, and I really commend this game for that. You know, things that if they had done to 06, it would have been praised as one of the best Sonic games, but nope, they had to rush it. Anyway, before I get into another 06 run, let's just get into Frozen Factory Zone 4. Normal play. Alright, so we're in Frozen Factory Zone 4. We got ice physics. But it's interesting when it comes to this When it comes to this stage, like, this isn't my favorite stage in the game, but when it comes to like playing Supersonic, then it's like my favorite stage to play Supersonic with. It's not because it has so many rings in it, because I mean most of the stages you can be Supersonic pretty easily, but this is like the pinnacle of that. It's got so many rings, but that's not the reason why I prefer it the most. I think it's just because usually the Frozen stages you have the terrible ice physics. Anyway, let's go Super now. Usually with the Frozen stage you got terrible ice physics on most of the platforms, and you can't like spin dash and do the infinite spin dash and all that. You can't even run without having that annoying ballerina jump. So it's just like with Supersonic, it takes away the having to use the ballerina jump, and it takes away the annoying ice physics, so it makes playing through the stage like pretty normal, to be honest. And I guess that's why I prefer this as my favorite Supersonic stage, because I really noticed the difference, I guess. And when it comes to plastering stages with rings, this stage has definitely got it. It's definitely full. Like here, for example, you'd be you know having those skating animations right now if you're using regular Sonic, and it'll be very tough to control. Like, but now we just got Supersonic, so we can just shoot good our way through this whole area. But you still gotta be careful, because there's places like here that will trap you. So you still gotta be careful. But it's definitely way more fun to play this stage as Supersonic. And frankly, I never played this stage without Supersonic. And I know I said that I usually don't play Supersonic in stages, but when it comes to this stage, this is just like the stage I go to when I feel like being super. You got 3D sections, you got 2D sections. You get to break all these ice blocks as Supersonic, and it's really cool. Just walking into them will break them for you. And just look at how many rings are here, man. This is Ring Hill right now. Is that even the name of a Sonic? I think that's the name of a Sonic stage, you know, Ring Hill. That reminds me of was it King of the Hill, which was basically what's it called? A battle mode in Sonic Rivals 2. I really want to do a playthrough of Sonic Rivals 1 and 2, honestly. Don't be surprised if I do that very soon. Like, I'm not making any promises, but I just really want to play those games. Anyway, this section is very scripted, so if you don't hit on the boost pad, you will basically die here. It doesn't matter how fast you go Supersonic, you need to make sure you go on that dash pad. And sometimes you might miss it if you don't know that, because Supersonic is just breaking all the ice blocks, and it's just like, you might just skip past it and think you can get by without it, and then you realize that you can't. So, you know, you gotta be careful there. But anyway, why am I not boosting? Let's boost! Good! Anyway, so you can boost through all the spikes. That's why when I play this stage without Supersonic, I really get thrown off, because I find myself running through the spikes, and then I'm like, why am I dying? And then I remember that I'm not Supersonic, and it's just like, oh, right. Oh yeah, this is probably one of the only places you'll see Supersonic actually in a spin dash instead of a boost on these pipes here. The, you know, the Metropolis Zone kind of rehashes, I guess. But, you know, God, Metropolis Zone. I don't actually hate Metropolis Zone, to be honest. I mean, Act 1 was pretty fine. Act 2 was slightly more annoying. Act 3 was freaking Ebola, but, you know. I don't really mind too much about Metropolis Zone, because Sonic 2 in general is not the hardest of Sonic games. Like, let's be real. Like, there are harder Sonic games out there than Sonic 2. Like, Sonic 1 is harder than Sonic 2. Like, special stage is not included. Anyway, you gotta be careful here because you break the ice, you can literally fall there and die. And it happened to me the first time I played through this stage of Supersonic. So there's a lot of things you have to learn how to like get used to when you're playing as Supersonic, you know. Because of the way the stage has changed, like when you're using Supersonic, certain things that wouldn't kill you, like the ice there, will now kill you. And it's like, if you don't know about it, it can really just, you know, mess you up. But one thing I like about this game is that obviously if you quit the stage without actually completing it, you don't actually lose any lives. So you can really do like experimenting and not have to worry about losing all your lives. But anyway, we just finished defeating Xena with that Super D. Girl, she can't handle that shit. She's gone with the wind. Anyway, man. Alright, so now we finished our zone for this world, which is Frozen Factory Zone 4. Although we also showcased Frozen Factory Zone 2 because of the snowball. And then we also showcased Frozen Factory Zone 3 for the close-up. So we pretty much almost did this whole world. So kind of interesting. Now in this world, we're going to be doing Silent Forest Zone 1. Although you could pretty much do any of the other stages and it will work fine. Anyway, let's go. Normal play. I mean, there's pretty much no stage that you can't be super in. Except for the final boss. I've never been able to get super in the final boss. I don't think they give you enough rings. Maybe they do and I just keep losing them. I don't know. But it's really hard to actually get super in the final boss. So, you know, I don't know. It's kind of upsetting because you would think of all the places that you want to showcase Supersonic, you want to show him in the final boss, right? Oh, look at that. I lost my rings. Anyway, I know this stage. I know that there's a place where we'll get our rings back pretty easily. So it's not going to be an issue. We're gonna go super in no time. So you just kill these enemies and they give you, I think it's 10 rings, but I've never counted. No, it's more than 10 actually. I think it's like maybe 12 or something. But we're gonna finish killing all the enemies, then get the rings, just in case I mess up and lose my rings somehow, which really shouldn't happen. But yeah, we're gonna kill these spider enemies. Man, those enemies used to give me so much trouble in the blind playthrough because of what's it called? The fact that you had to kick them, then home on them, and I didn't know that you had to do it in that order. So either I didn't kill them or I just got hit. Okay, we've got all the rings there, so let's get these ones here. I'll save these ones for last because I didn't want to fall into the flower by mistake. But yep, so we're gonna go super here, and technically there's two routes here. You can go here or you can go here. Now this is a terrible route, and if it was time attack, I would never use this route. Even if it was like normal play without Supersonic, I wouldn't use this route. But because we got Supersonic, this route becomes, you know, easy as well. So it's kind of nice to just spam through this route because it's, you know, that's something you can't do if you don't have Supersonic. So you really feel the difference. But anyway, as you can see, when Supersonic is on those big springs, he has no rolling animation, which is kind of annoying. Now you can still kick and then home and attack on these enemies as Supersonic, but all you have to do is just home and they'll still die when you're Supersonic. Whereas you can't do that with regular Sonic. So, and obviously Supersonic's got the ring magnet, so we're gonna grab all these rings over here now, mate. And alright, got one more here. So you can kill these enemies much faster than if you were using regular Sonic. Because on the second wave of those spider enemies, they do those annoying attacks, which means you have to wait for those attacks to finish. And it's just like, you know, hurry up, stupid enemies, and you have to wait for them. So you have to do like one enemy at a time, then wait for a cycle of the attacks. Sometimes you can get 2 in if you're really fast, but I've only done that a few times. So anyway, here we are. I want to try and do that thing where you can like parkour and then like kind of jump off and then jump back on again, like that. Yeah, like that. I'm still practicing that. I haven't really mastered it, but I've really seen some people do it and really pull it off, so it's kind of cool. There's so much things you can learn in this game, honestly. But we've completed Silent Forest Zone 1. Nice. Okay, so now that we're done with Silent Forest Zone 1, we're going to move on to the next world, which is Sky Road. My least favorite world in this game. The only stage I can say I love is probably Sky Road Zone 2, and even that's ruined because of the boss. Even though the boss isn't that hard. Sky Road Zone 4 is alright. This is basically Sky Road Zone 3, the gimmicky stage. But for Supersonic, we're going to use Sky Road Zone 1 because I think it's the easiest stage to get Supersonic in this world. So, normal play. Even still though, it's a bit annoying to get Supersonic in this stage because there's some enemies that will like make you lose your rings. I guess actions speak louder than words, you know what they say. But anyway, so we're gonna grab rings. It shouldn't be too difficult though. If you get these rings here, and then don't get hit by this enemy here, then you should be fine. Because you could just go here, run up here, and then grab this spring here, and then you should be set. Once you get the first red ring, all the rings here in this scripted area are gonna give you supersonic, so we are pretty much good to go. Now, I'm not gonna turn super here because this part will probably kill you, so I'm just gonna quickly run and jump through this, like, I don't want to mess up, because all these dash panels just take you on different paths and just really confuse you. So just run forward and jump over the breaking platforms. Alright, now we can turn super in the air, which is something we ain't done yet. Alright, so now we have to kill this enemy here, which usually takes a lot of time, but with supersonic, nah man. Just kill this one over here as well. Bam! Don't mess with your boy the Remy, your boy Lil Nick. Your boy Sonic does not joke around. Super Lil Nick, man. Anyway, bam, dead. Okay, so now we've killed them. We get access to the spring, but we can grab them rings first. Bam. I really wish they'd done the supersonic animations on those springs. It really bothers me. It looks so fake. Oh, I didn't even know this, but mark speed sections turn off supersonic. I don't know why. I'm sure they could have found a way for it to still work as supersonic, but you know, these are little things they could have done with polish, I guess. I understand that the wisps don't work as supersonic, but even still, with the wisps, as soon as you finish using the wisp, it should go back to supersonic if it knows you were using it. It's just little things like that, like extra details that are really good, like the things that they should delay games for, you know. Anyway, we're gonna have to use another wisp here, so I guess we're not gonna be showing supersonic for a while. Alright. We are fine. Okay, I really don't like this stage, to be honest. I really do not like this stage. I wouldn't be surprised if I like... Okay, we're good. So we just need to parkour up here now and we should be good. I really don't like this stage. I should have just used the eagle in the first place, and instead I wanted to do freaking parkour. I really don't like this stage, honestly. It's, oh god. Anyway, we finished this section. I don't know how many rings we've got, so no, can you you see what I mean? Okay, so we lost our rings, so we're gonna have to just, you know, get them back, but I think we can get a lot of them back over here if we just keep grabbing these rings at the top right now. God, this stage is just so annoying sometimes. That eagle section just pisses me off. Sky Road is like the only world that I can still die on like all the time, honestly. I mean, sometimes it's your fault, but I mean, I don't know, like, let me know what you think of Sky Road, like in general as a whole, because it's really my least favorite world in the game. Where's the spring? Okay, it's on this side. Should I grab more rings? No, I think we'll be fine. Alright, let's go here, and we've got another max speed section, so let's try and get some more rings, and then we'll go super for the ending of the stage, I guess. We've got 33 rings, we should be fine, unless we really mess up here, but this is the one place where I just know that I can mess up. Sky Road, you know. Wanna be Egg Fleet, but never as good as Egg Fleet, because Egg Fleet is just one of the most epic stages in the Sonic series. Like, come on, one of the most epic. Sonic Heroes is just a masterpiece, honestly. Sure, there's some flaws with it, but no Sonic game is perfect. In fact, no game is perfect. I don't even have enough rings for Super anyway. We completed Sky Road Zone 1. Okay, now that we finished Sky Road Zone 1, it's time to go to the final world, which is Lava Mountain. Now, you're pretty much not going to get Supersonic in Zone 1 unless you're really careful. Zone 2 is a rail stage, so don't even bother. Zone 4 has, what's it called? Zone 4 doesn't have enough rings, like, pretty much. That's what it is. Even if you don't lose any rings, it's pretty hard to get Supersonic in this zone. So, our only choice is Zone 3, which is kind of easy to get Supersonic, but at the same time, it's a difficult stage, even with Supersonic. So, But we're gonna get into this regardless, so normal play. Alright, so arguably one of the hardest stages in the game. So right off the bat they give you 23 rings, and then they try and hit you with those enemies to try and take them away from you. So you gotta be extra careful, man. Look at me about to fall off after I just said be extra careful, man. Now, we need to go and get rings right now. So we're gonna just jump here, grab them, or you can use the wisp, but the wisp is so slow and you're probably more vulnerable to attacks that way because of the way it's set up, honestly. So what we're gonna do, spin that shit. Now go super. Now we've got 62 rings, we should be good. Now platforming, because Supersonic is obviously more fast and all that, or faster, it can actually mess up the platforming a bit if you're used to platforming without Supersonic in the stage. So you gotta be really careful, and obviously you still got the lava to worry about because he's not invincible to the lava. It's actually kind of weird. He's invincible to the lava on the sides of the wall, but they're not invincible to the lava. Like the lava here on the sides, he's invincible to that, but then he's not invincible to the lava on the ground. So it's kind of a weird mix. So you just have to be careful about that. But using Supersonic in this stage doesn't really make me feel much more powerful, because I feel like most of the houses are in the 2D sections, like here, and the lava can still kill me. So it's like, what's the point? But either way, we can still give Xena that Super D. Alright, so we're gonna take care of her, and because the spikes can't do nothing, we can hit her faster. So we're already done with her. I feel like a speedrunner right now. Oh no, don't parkour there. You see what I mean? God. When you hold the run button when you're not trying to parkour, and it's just like it parkours for you, it's a bit annoying. Either way, we're gonna go here. Scripted event will give us some more rings. Oh yeah, you don't get a new life with 100 rings if you're using Supersonic. So just one thing to keep in mind, you know, if you want a life. What you can do though is get to 99 rings, turn off Supersonic, and then grab one ring, get the life, and then go back to Supersonic, I guess. But I mean, if you've got Supersonic, you've probably already got enough lives, to be honest. Shouldn't be an issue. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like once you've completed a Sonic game, like you should just have unlimited lives or something. I don't know, because in Generations, like you can still lose lives. Like I don't know how many times you're gonna die, but you can still lose lives. And it's just kind of annoying that I've completed the whole game and I still have to worry about, you know, lives. And technically you can repurchase them, but at the same time, look at all these rings, man. Look at all these rings. This place is plastered with rings. But yeah, at the same time, it's just like, it's kind of annoying because you can only purchase one life at a time, and you can only get up to 99 at a time. So I wasn't holding the run button for some dumb reason. That's why I was stuck there. I was trying to think of what to say, and I was not holding the run button because, as I said before, it's easier to platform without the run button on. See the way I slipped over there? It's because I was holding the run button. So when I'm platforming, I don't want to be using the run button, but obviously I need it for parkour purposes. Alright, so we're gonna hold on to that hover wisp. So even the lava here, the little lava, you know, platforms there, I guess, those don't even kill you as well. It's only the main lava that kills you, so I guess that's interesting. But we're gonna take this slow right now, and then use this hover wisp because I don't want to parkour here and then mess up and hit the lava. And I was about to fall anyway. Alright, go super again, and I mean, super's not gonna make much of a difference when you're fighting against Zor in this boss, because it's mostly just platforming and all that. So we are gonna go here, and then we're just gonna platform our way to the top. Just stand here. Of course, if Zor stands above us, he can't do anything. So I guess it does kind of help, because now we could just safely and comfortably just jump on these platforms here until we get to the top, and then we murder Zor. Alright, so we've got the Supersonic music again. Now what we are going to do is use the hover wisp, right? And we're not gonna use it. We're gonna try and do the parkour, which I usually pull off, but sometimes I mess up. So if I mess up, then we've got the hover wisp. But it looks like I'm pulling it off right now. So your boy is showing his moves right now. You look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Just when your boy was showing his moves, and I can't even ring dash from there, it's not working. Oh god, oh god, oh no, no. Okay. We good. God, I was hoping I wouldn't have to die before like Zarek or anything, because that's the only place I'll accept dying right now. Well, that and Sky Road. Because I mean, pretty much this has almost been a no-death run, but obviously Skyroad had to ruin that, and I won't be surprised if Zavok ruins that as well. Because even with Supersonic, it's not really going to help with the difficulty of the Zavok boss. Zavok boss is just annoying because of platforming. Because one thing about this stage is that, what's it called? Not by this stage, but the way Lost World controls, if you bounce, you can't jump out of the bounce, basically. And because of that, it basically makes platforming at the Zavok boss a lot harder, because if you're bouncing, wow. Basically, what I was saying before I died is that if you're platforming or use the bounce attack to do platforming in the Zavok boss, and then you want to like get out of the bounce, you have to either finish doing the 3 bounces or land first. You can't like jump out of a bounce attack. So because of that, it kind of restricts your motion in that boss, and because of that control issue, it makes it a bit harder to platform properly in that area. But maybe that's just me, but let me know what you think. I think that when you bounce, you should be able to get out of a bounce. I don't know if that was available in SA2, I have to check again, but I think you could get out of a bounce in SA2. Oh god! Alright, so let's get into the Zavok boss right now. I forgot I had to keep jumping. Good. Alright, let's go super. Even though we don't need it for this first part, it's a pretty easy section. There we go. Oh, I just broke one of the blocks, man. Alright. Now, Supersonic's not really going to help us much in this boss, because I mean, the real difficulty is not falling off the platforms. So, let's go. Bam, bam, bam. You see what I mean? Supersonic is too slippery. Because you can't jump out of a bounce unless you finish all 3 bounces, it kind of messes up the platform in this section. And that's why the boss is unnecessarily hard, honestly. It really shouldn't be a problem, but because of that one thing, it makes controlling Sonic in this boss really annoying. Because if I bounce once and then I want to jump out of it and do like a normal double jump, I'm not allowed to double jump out of a bounce. Anyway, we finished him off after losing 2 lives. And we didn't even get to use Supersonic for that boss. Because we lost 2 lives, so we didn't get our rings back. Probably shouldn't have gotten the last checkpoint anyway. We completed Lava Mountain Zone 3. Anyway, man, that brings us to the end of this video. We showcased Supersonic in every single world of this game. And you're probably thinking, yo, but Prem, what happened to Hidden World? You ain't show Hidden World Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, or Zone 4. Well, first of all, Hidden World is jank, minus maybe Zone 2 and Zone 3. But for some reason, they don't let you use Supersonic in Hidden World. Maybe because these were like experimental stages and they just, didn't want us to use Supersonic. So it's a wrap right now, so make sure to like this video, leave a comment, let me know your thought about the video, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Sonic games, Mario games, Nintendo games, you know the drill, man. And yeah, make sure to stay tuned for the next part 11, where we do Time Attack, and then stay tuned for part 12, where we showcase missions. But yeah, man, it's a wrap right now, so thanks you guys for watching. It's been real. God, I sound so hype right now. Daremy out.